outsmarts you, and that's fair. Volleyball would be boring if everything always went according to plan. But some mistakes, those are on us. They come from poorly taught movement patterns. A tip without a proper backswing, a roll shot without pulling back the elbow, an incorrect hitting arm motion, a weak arm drive during the approach, or a poorly executed approach altogether. These aren't the result of nerves or pressure. They're the result of training errors. So what's our goal today? To point out the avoidable mistakes that should have been corrected long ago, but haven't been. It's not about someone hitting into the net or getting blocked. It's about a player growing up without learning the right technique. And that's partly our coaching fault. This Serbian guy, he has nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to his youth coaches.
But let's take it step by step. Today we're focusing on the hitting arm during the spike. Like right here, you can tell something's not right from the first look. Of course, it's the hitting arm. Want to know where it all starts? Right here. These guys are still kind of fighting with the ball, but you simply can't start like this. Spiking is a complex movement, and for many, it's not a natural one. So guys, let's first look at how it's supposed to be done. We start with the archer's position, right? Exactly. Then it's elbow up, palm drops behind the head and aims upward toward the point above the right shoulder. That's the holy grail of the spiking motion.
Boys and girls sometimes tend to pull their elbow straight up in front of them like they're waving hello. At this point, it's not a disaster, it's an easy fix. But if this becomes a fixed habit, it's the beginning of a downward spiral into bad technique. It ends with a player who doesn't spike, he just swats the ball.
So how do we help them? Clearly and practically, slowly, with guidance. Archer position, elbow up, hand behind the head, and a wrist snap to finish. Let them repeat it out loud like a little rhyme. Kneeling, with the left foot forward, so the body's orientation matches that of a proper spike. And why not add a resistance band just to make it more fun?
And when do we add the ball? As soon as they know where the hand goes. Start with an overball, because it stays in the hand even when a kid takes a swing, or a tennis ball works too. Meanwhile, we've progressed from kneeling to standing, and then up to the net. Even very young kids can throw correctly. 8-year-olds throw like this too. No magic tricks, just left side facing the net like the best players do.
And what if it's not working? Then we stay patient. Regina here shows how much it hurts when the body resists the movement, but we use drills, not lectures. The elbow still complains a bit. It doesn't want to move from low to high, but the motion is already there. That's progress.
And another classic mistake? Of course, right foot forward. Classic, especially with girls. And this is how it ends up. But we'll save that for our approach footwork lesson. Right now, we're throwing. And the old rule still holds. If you can't throw, you'll never spike properly. And always make sure the shoulder is at the right distance from the net. What about the left hand? Do we leave it at home? Not a chance. We engage it too. It reaches for the ball, gets into position, and joins the movement like in a real spike. We'll add drills with a falling ball. More dynamics, more fun. We're still just throwing? Yes, but now we're standing up, because throwing isn't just fun, it's the elementary school of spiking. We let the boys and girls measure the shoulder to net distance, so they've got room for a clean arm swing finish.
And what about the older age groups? They're throwing too. Even U16 players need to be reminded that left foot forward isn't just an empty coaching phrase, it's a fundamental of proper spiking. And a quick check, are we doing it like the pros? Well, I'd say we're on the right track. Can they do it in the jump too? Well, that's where things start to fall apart. The elbow complains again, the arm wraps around the head, and then there's a bad approach on top of it. And yes, the two are connected. But no worries, let's not overcomplicate it. The kids need to keep throwing, and we coaches, we've got to watch everything. And if something isn't working, we immediately take a step back.
This 8-year-old kid's already got it, just like the perfect throw from his partner, who's 5 years older. We're aiming for master-level execution, just like we see from American spiker DeFalco. And here's the other extreme, a circular arm path. Instead of going up, the arm starts spinning like a helicopter blade. And now you ask, is it a mistake? Well, in pro volleyball, more and more players are using this nowadays. But here's the catch. For it to work, the hitting arm has to rise at least to head level before it can start to rotate. And honestly, it makes sense biomechanically and medically. So this kid, thumbs up. But with a condition. No spinning until the right hand reaches face height. Otherwise, we're back to throwing school, just like here.
And two more mistakes. First, the hand holding the overball doesn't drop behind the head. It simply breaks the flow like a gear slipping out. The result, a weaker hit. And the second, the elbow doesn't rise during the throw. So instead of a catapult, you've got a flag wave. The fix? Take a step back and fine-tune the motion again. And once we're throwing like the big guys, then comes the actual hit. First from the ground, and again, there's a mistake. The elbow isn't pulled back, and the ball contact isn't high above the shoulder. So we go back a step and slow down. First hit a held ball, then one that's been tossed.
And when it finally works, well, the U12 kids are getting there, and the U14s are already comfortable with the ball. Done? Not quite. We're still missing the jump spike. But if we did everything right, they can handle it. All right, we've reached the end. I'd say we've tackled those mistakes with pride. So, proper spiking technique? There's only one, and you'll know it by the way the ball launches off the hitter's hand like it's been fired from a cannon.
And then, when you watch the Japanese team warming up at the Olympics, it looks like they were all trained by the same coach. But volleyball is a game, so let's wrap it up with a powerful in-game spike by Georg Grozer.